A sewing needle, even though it's simple, is an indispensable tool designed with a singular purpose: to join materials together through stitching. To properly use a sewing needle, one must thread it by inserting a delicate thread through the tiny eye. This process, though seemingly simple, can be surprisingly challenging. In many ways, our lives resemble this tiny instrument. Without the thread to go with it, the needle is just an instrument of hurt. But in the hands of a skilled tailor, it becomes a tool of restoration, capable of creating masterpieces. The Word of God reminds us of the power of this transformation. In Matthew chapter 7, verse 13 to 14, it says, "Enter through the narrow gate, for the gate is small and the way is narrow that leads to life, and there are few who find it." We may carry narrow mindsets shaped by past pain or imperfections. But when we open our hearts to God, He begins to insert the thread of life through that narrow hole. And through this process, our lives can be reshaped. This thread is none other than Jesus Christ, the author of life. Just as a needle becomes usable when it allows a thread to pass through with a narrow eye, we too can become vessels through which God can work out His purpose. Our minds can be transformed into instruments of healing and restoration if we allow Him to pass through our narrow heart. Take Saul, who was once the persecutor of believers in the church, but he later became the apostle to the Gentiles. Take Peter, who cut off the servant's ear in a moment of anger, but later died for the gospel. These are examples of people who were once instruments of pain. They spelled trouble for the people around them. But when their lives were threaded with the life of Christ, they were transformed to be used as vessels of glory. Is your painful past like a needle without thread? Do you sometimes feel like you're an instrument without any real purpose? Take heart, for God can make you usable. If you open up your pain, if you open up your past, and if you open up your heart to the author of life, that is Jesus Christ, there is hope for healing and restoration. And just like when a thread enters a needle, it suddenly becomes usable. It becomes a tool for creating masterpieces.